Hello, my name is Matthew, and I've been working my way through the Norton Anthology of English Literature. And today I read a selection from Utopia by Sir Thomas More. And it's the story of a traveler, a sailor, recounting his time at this faraway land called Utopia. And it's this idealized society that is used as a device to be critical of England at the time that this was written. And the first thing that I found really interesting was that, unlike so many of the things that I've read in the Norton Anthology and just historically up until the point that this was written, that this is no longer the story of gods or heroes or knights or uh, princes or kings or anything like that. Instead, this is the story of basically a commoner or a merchant or a sailor. These are everyday people telling a story, which I found to be interesting and insightful. And also the fact that it's this sort of fantastical story of an unknown place. It has that feeling of being a prototype to science fiction or fantasy, where you can show a different world that has a better society and compare that to your own world without being directly critical of what's actually happening around you. And unlike other travelogue stories, like the Odyssey, for example, where these distant locations are places that are scary or weird or unknown and to be avoided. Instead, this is shown to be instructive. And there's obvious parallels to things like Candide, which is being satirical, or Gulliver's Travels. And a lot of it was very poignant and nearly incendiary as far as the criticism goes. And there were some misfires as far as reading it today by our own standards. So one of the examples that's given for how this utopian society views money and doesn't have the same value for gold and silver. Um, so the way that that's described is that only children wear gold or silver for adornment, and when you become an adult, the slaves wear gold or silver, and it's a mark of something that's low and not valuable. And so an English ship shows up and it's full of royalty and aristocracy, and when they get off to board this new land, all the wealthy people are wearing gold and silver, and then there's all the crew and things like that who are just wearing plain work clothes. And the utopian society misunderstands and treats the poorer classes as the wealthy ones, and the aristocracy as the slaves. So today it doesn't work really well for being an ideal society, but there are other parts that are really well done. And I'll read just a portion. So this is um, the government's role in society, according to Sir Thomas More. So when I weigh in my mind all the other states which flourish today, so help me God, I can discover nothing but a conspiracy of the rich who pursue their own aggrandizement under the name and title of the Commonwealth. They devise ways and means to keep safely what they have unjustly acquired, and to buy up the toil and labor of the poor as cheaply as possible and oppress them. When these schemes of the rich become established by the government, which is meant to protect the poor as well as the rich, then they are law. With insatiable greed, these wicked men divide among themselves the goods which would have been enough for all. And there's several passages like that that are really powerful, and it goes through a whole series of different aspects of a society. So, agriculture, religion, commerce, government, and he makes a lot of good points for all of them. Part of it almost sounds nearly Marxist, but um, in any event, it is really powerful. And the other thing is, as far as Sir Thomas More's convictions were for himself, he actually died for his beliefs. He was executed by the King of England at the time when he disagreed that the head of the state should also be the head of the church. He was guillotined for it, I believe. And that's all I'll say. It was very interesting. I would be interested to read more, um, the longer work of this. And that's it. Let me know if you've read Utopia or if you've read anything else by Sir Thomas More. And yeah, leave a comment if you would like. And thank you for watching.